Hey, welcome to Larry's Library. If you're new here, just know that every Monday I usually do a review, but sometimes it's a special. This week it's a review, and I'm taking a look at Batman Reptilian, the hardcover. Now, of course, this is DC, and the cover price on this was $24.99. You can typically get it discounted for $14.49 on InStockTrades.com right now. That's where I got mine. It's 160 pages. It came out this year, and it's still in print and in stock at a lot of places. Now, this is a standard size hardcover, so it's a little guy compared to like an omnibus or an absolute. So that's kind of a bummer, but you know. My copy is fine other than a weird cover gloss issue. Now, this isn't on the dust jacket itself. It's on the inside cover. And as you can see, it's got this vertical line that goes down the middle of it. It's like where they applied the gloss wrong or something. I don't know. It's a little annoying, but it wasn't enough for me to return it, you know, I mean, because it doesn't affect the reading or the binding or anything like that. So, yeah. The creators on this are Garth Ennis, writing, and Liam Sharp does all the art. And it is nice and consistent, just the two, so that's good. You know how I hate when they move those creators around on a run, just ruins it. But none of that worry here. Now, if you've seen my top 10 writers video, and I'll put a link down in the doobly-doo, then you know Garth Ennis is one of my favorites. So that's, and if you want to know more about him, see a little more remarks about him, take a look at that video, and also take a look at my Preacher review, where I talk about Garth Ennis a little bit. So I'll put links to both of those down in the description, the doobly-doo. Now, Liam Sharp is a British artist I was a little familiar with, mainly for his cover art. But I don't think I can remember ever seeing him do interiors on anything that I've read before. So it was neat to be able to see that now for the first time. Steve Dillon was originally slated to do this, to do the art on this with Garth Ennis. He actually wrote it for him. But as you probably know, we lost Steve Dillon in 2016, sadly. So he couldn't do it. So I guess this thing has been around a while, been kicked around a while, and it just got done, I guess, last year. The contents are, it collects the limited series of the same name that ran for 6 issues, starting in the summer of 2021 through the beginning of this year. It finished up. Now, that was under the DC's black label, which, you know, suggested for mature readers. So this was, you know, what used to be called Vertigo, basically. So this is a dark, downright murky, actually, whodunit tale, where we've got something is stalking and maiming and killing a few of them, I think, various criminals in the Gotham underworld. Some of them are the big rogues gallery of Batman, the heavy hitters like the Penguin. You know, now DC, of course, would not let Garth Ennis, would not totally unleash Garth Ennis's madness and let him kill off Penguin and people like that. I mean, I don't think that's a spoiler because that just ain't gonna happen. But he does. This, whatever this is, does put a bunch of them in the hospital and maim them, and they're right up to the edge of death. It's pretty brutal. I did really enjoy this quite a bit, but realize I'm a rather casual DC fan. I'm mostly a Marvel guy, a diehard Marvel guy, and I like a very few of the mainstream DC characters. Batman being my number one, and one of my favorite all-time Batman villains is Killer Croc. I just love that character. Probably because I love dinosaurs, and he's a little dinosaur-like. So that I'm easy with that. You throw a dinosaur or something that looks similar to a dinosaur or something, and I'm pretty much going to be there. So, but anyway, so Killer Croc does figure prominently in this story, and I'm going to get another mild spoiler. It's not Killer Croc. He's not the guy doing this, but he definitely figures into what's happening here. And what's happening here is some hardcore sort of grisly science fiction is how it ends up, without giving too much away. I mean, it's this odd sort of blending of H.R. Giger and David Cronenberg style horror science fiction. And I love that kind of stuff. So I did really enjoy that aspect of it. I like how the whole thing is resolved, and I like the ending that we get, even though the thing is a little short. It really could have been longer. I would have liked it even more, probably. So yeah, what I didn't like about it, oddly enough, is the art. I mean, I do like certain aspects of it a lot. There's certain panels that are just beautiful, you know. But overall, it's so dark and murky at times that, you know, I find myself, you know, searching, you know, reaching for my flashlight. I'm trying, what the hell am I looking at? What is going on? You know, I mean, and a little of that could be for suspense purposes. I mean, it is a dark horror sci-fi thriller kind of deal at times, and that's okay. But man, sometimes it's so murky. You know, you're left scratching your head. Well, what the hell am I looking at here? What is happening? Well, what is Liam Sharp trying to show me here? Because it's too dark. I just can't tell. You know? So yeah, that really kind of pulled me out of it sometimes, and made me wish I knew exactly what exactly I was looking at. You know, you know, part of that I think was intentional, but part of it I think just goes a little too far. You know, it's just a little bit too much in that direction. You know, for me, and that kind of hampered my enjoyment of it a little bit. Oh, by the way, if you don't know who David Cronenberg is, I have to think sometimes because I'm 54, so some of my references make us go right past some people. But David Cronenberg, if you don't know who he is, do yourself a favor, go to IMDb and search up his films and take a look. If you like dark, weird horror, science, sci-fi type stuff, check out David Cronenberg, and then you thank me later, okay? But anyway, you know, I went back and forth about what this rating should be on this one for me. Immediately I thought, okay, this is 8 stars, you know, because the art did kind of drag it down for me. But yeah, to be honest, this is 7. This is one of those books that's kind of marginal to be something I would feature on the channel, you know, because I try to feature the best of the best, the stuff that I love the most. I want to share with the world and kind of get you guys to go to pick it up, take a look at it, you know. But it's a 7 for me. It really is that, to be honest, because while, like I said, I like certain panels, overall I thought the art was just too dang murky, you know. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, what if you guys know, let me know down the doobly-doo, down in the comments, or not the doobly-doo, but the comments below the doobly-doo. Let me know if you know, or who you think Liam Sharp modeled for the Alfred character. Because it's an actor, and I just can't place it. I mean, at times, take a look at this. I thought, well, is it Salvador Dali? Is it Powers Booth? Is it some blending? Or is it some other actor I just can't think of? I mean, what do you think? I don't know. But tell me what you think about that. But yeah, so for me, this is a 7. If you're a big Garth Ennis fan, or if you're a big Liam Sharp fan, and you also like Batman, then this is a no-brainer. You need to grab it. If none of those boxes are checked for you, then you could probably do a pass on this one. Now, I will be back next Monday, and I'm not going to do a review then. It's going to be a collection tour. And this time I'm going to take a look at all my Overstreet price guides. I'm going to let you guys see all those, and I have quite a few years worth of those, and some of them are pretty interesting. A lot of wild cover art there, and a lot of good stuff, and I think it'll be interesting. So come take a look at that if you want to look at that, and so come on back for that. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that now before you forget, and bell notify yourself. You don't want to miss anything. And yeah, and give me a like if you like this. Come on back. See ya.